Shut up and sit down.
Common Sense, New Hampshire. Live, raw, and unedited. Call 603-217-5400. We want to hear from you. I'm the voice of Common Sense, New Hampshire, the boss lady, Erin D. And now your hosts, Bernie D., Craig Driggers, and Mad Mike.
And welcome to another episode of Common Sense New Hampshire. It's just, as a matter of fact, there's just two of us today. Erin's here. I'm here.
Hi.
Erin, the voice of Common Sense New Hampshire. It doesn't sound right when the boys are not here or anything. But we want to give you all kinds of updates, what happened last week. I want to talk about autoimmune diseases. This has become an increase of people who are dealing with certain diseases. I guess diseases would be the word, right, Erin? I guess?
Yeah, it's a disease.
All right, so...
It's not something that you asked for. It's not something that you...
Okay. All right, I'm thanking for that clarification and everything. Our phone number is 603-217-5400 is our phone number. If you have cystic fibrosis, if you have lupus, if you have rheumatoid arthritis, if you're dealing with fibromyalgia, which I know a lot of people are dealing with. I know, Erin, you have it. A couple of our DJs have it as well, and it sucks. It really does suck. And that's something else that I definitely want to talk about. Again, our phone number is 603-217-5400. All right, so I want to let you know on a couple things. Craig is not here, and Mad Mike is not here. Mad Mike is finally coming back to New Hampshire. I feel like it's like The Rock. He's finally coming back to New Hampshire.
He's currently here in New Hampshire, but he's on vacation.
He's on vacation. He's Lake Winnipesaukee, I believe he's at, and he's drinking on a boat and drinking with Jimmy Buffett or something like that. I don't know. I hear stuff, but that's all right. But we're hoping that we expect him to come back from vacation next week. Craig Driggers also... everybody has, the busy lives and stuff. And as you guys know, we're trying to build up the show. I didn't say podcast, Mike, so don't worry. We're trying to build up this show in which we can make this a lot more feasible for everybody and the variety, if you will. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later or anything. Again, our phone number is 603-217-5400. Call us. Again, if you have any of these autoimmune diseases. Now, the reason why I bring this up is we didn't have a show last week, and it's because I have lupus. A lot of people don't know about it, and I want to talk about what lupus is all about. And Erin is going to give you a little information about fibromyalgia and cystic fibrosis. Now, cystic fibrosis wouldn't be considered an autoimmune, or is
they
it?
don't consider fibro an autoimmune disease either, because so the real definition of an autoimmune disease is a disease in which your body's immune system attacks healthy cells.
I stand corrected. She's absolutely correct. All right, so we're going to talk about that. So,
but I do have one of them, celiac disease. So.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's part of the gluten intolerance.
Oh,
it's the immune reaction to eating gluten protein found in wheat, barley, and rye.
So when people say that they're gluten intolerant, that's the actual formal name?
No, they're not always. Just because you're gluten intolerant doesn't mean you necessarily have celiac disease. Okay. Celiac disease is when your body actually reacts to eating that. So, like for me, because I'm gluten intolerant, but when I eat it and I end up with the really bad stomach pains and all that stuff, that's part of celiac disease.
Okay, so, all right, so let me...
You can be gluten intolerant and your body just can't handle the gluten and it doesn't digest it the correct way.
So I guess my question to you is, have you been formally diagnosed with celiac disease?
The beginning stages of celiac.
The beginning stages. Yeah. Okay, I understand. Yeah, it's really weird.
That's why I end up with like the stomach pains and.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's the one thing that I've noticed about autoimmune diseases, is that things start to develop, and then you start, formally getting diagnosed with all this, with a particular disease and stuff. For me, lupus is an anti-inflammatory disease that caused when the immune system attacks its own tissues. Now, for me, it's a little differently, because So we have these, and I can, hopefully one of my loopy brothers and sisters can call, and they can actually relate to what I'm talking about. We call each other loopies, loopy brothers and sisters. When we get these lupus flares, we're actually down and out, if it's major especially. Can't get out of bed, you don't want to do anything, you can't move, you start developing a rash, exhaustion sets in, your joints are all inflamed. I mean, you look like something like out of a movie, like a horror movie, like Frankenstein kind of thing. And it just becomes very debilitating. I guess that's the word that I'm looking for. It's horrible.
They are saying that rheumatoid arthritis is an autoimmune.
Oh yeah,
also.
it is. See that, and that's the thing.
So I'm screwed all around.
A chronic inflammatory disorder affecting many joints, including those in the hand and feet. Now, I haven't been diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, but I do have lupus, and my doctor says that I also have fibro, but I'm not sure about that, because there are days where it's raining. Because a lot of people who have fibromyalgia, those cold days, those cold winter days when it's snowing and it's 2 below and it's raining and all this good stuff, I feel okay. So that's still, being diagnosed as well. But anyway, so let me I'm going to give you something personal from my perspective. So I've been diagnosed with lupus. My doctor has prescribed me this medicine called methotrexate, which a lot of people take for many different things, actually, for rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, as a matter of fact, multiple sclerosis as well. Multiple sclerosis is an autoimmune disease and stuff. But it's come to the point where these medications only work for a certain point in time. And I've realized this, doctors have realized this, you take this medication, you use it, they give you higher doses, then you're on another different kind of medication, and until they exhaust the higher doses, and then you just move on to other medications and stuff. And this is going to be my third medication that I'm going to be going through. Now, here's what pretty basically put me through this major lupus flare, which ended me going to the emergency room. So my doctor goes, okay, so the methotrexate is not working. I noticed some things in your blood work, so let's get some more blood work. We're going to take you off the methotrexate. These particular medications, you have to get weaned off. Your system has to be completely, exonerated, if you will, completely out of your system before you can take the next medication. So my doctor goes, yeah, let's do some blood work and everything, and let's see how your levels are and see what else is going on. Because, again...
another thing you need to mention, though, is that these medications have severe side effects.
Very, very, which is true.
That cause more problems
Correct.
Sometimes than...
And some of these medications can affect the liver, the kidneys, eyesight. Your eyesight. I got to get my eyesight checked every 3 to 6 months. So yeah, she's absolutely right. There was hydrochloroquine, this methotrexate. Again, I don't want to make this into a doctor show, but I just want to let you know exactly what happened. So it got to the point where, again, I went for my blood work, the whole thing, and I'm waiting for the phone call from the doctor going, all right, so let's start this new medication and stuff. And I'm like, Monday passes, Tuesday passes. This was, again, 2 weeks ago. And I'm getting no phone call. I call my doctor, who's my rheumatologist, and they tell me that she's been out of the country for the past couple of weeks. Okay, so that's another situation that I really don't want to get into because if I'm a doctor and I'm going on vacation or need to leave the country for 2 weeks, don't you think there's a certain responsibility to make sure that your patients are going to be okay, or pass this information to another doctor so when they call, they're taken care of? I mean, lupus is something that you really don't want to fuck around with. I hate to say it that way, but it's true. Because I know a lot of people who have lupus that had kidney failure, liver disease, lung failure, heart disease, and it affects all the vital organs and stuff. I had a major lupus flare. Now, did I feel like I was dying? Absolutely. Did I know that I was? Did I get to the point where it was severe that I was going to have some kind of complication? Probably not. But when you're running a business, as you guys know, I run a business.
Well, I'm also wondering too if she waited till she got back to put you on the meds because of the fact that she wanted to be available if something happened.
Well, we're going to see her tomorrow.
No, next Monday, the 9th.
Oh, your appointment's on the 9th?
The 9th.
Okay, well,
she's not back yet.
Yeah. Oh boy. I wonder what country she's in.
We actually have the same rheumatologist.
Yeah, she again, her being a rheumatologist, Erin has she treats Erin for her fibromyalgia, and then the same doctor for me treats me for my lupus and stuff. So, but
she's an awesome doctor. The thing is that she only works part-time, and it kills us.
She's wonderful. And there's only 2 doctors that I know of that are awesome rheumatologists in the Nashua area. That is Dr. Gorham and Dr. Gonzalez. And they're the most popular doctors, and they're most sought out doctors for autoimmune diseases. And it's very hard. Now, here's the situation where I'm in. I'm still on no medication whatsoever to treat my lupus. All I have is pain medication that if I have to absolutely take to get me through. And it's one of the medications that I take are pain medications, I guess you could say. It's they call it, what do they call it? It's a
non-narcotic narcotic.
Non-narcotic narcotic.
No, what do they say? A non-habit forming narcotic.
So, oh really? So tramadol is considered a narcotic?
Yeah, it doesn't have the same effects like normal narcotics.
So okay, so all right,
so it's a non-habit forming.
Okay.
So you're not going to get the same effects as somebody that was on oxycodone or
and where sometimes when they get hooked on it, they want to take it all the time and stuff. Yeah. Tramadol, I agree. Tramadol really just does. When it works, it's effective, but when it
takes the edge off. It doesn't take the pain away. It doesn't give you that super loopy feeling. It doesn't, it's not really an enjoyable high.
It really isn't. It does get you through the day, so you can actually go through your day and stuff like this. But I'm still at the point where I'm on no medication whatsoever. I still have to take my high blood pressure medication. Yes, I'm one of those people that have high blood pressure. Yeah, I have a weight problem. We all know that. But as far as treating my lupus right now, I'm in limbo. I can have a lupus flare at any time, and I don't know what the hell I would do if I had another lupus flare. We have so much going on, which we're going to talk about that too, because I'm going to do one of those shameful plugs of what Perfect Entertainment's going through with growing pains and new employees, and there's a lot of business owners that could probably relate. Again, our phone number is 603-217-5400 if you want to join in the conversation. Again, 603-217-5400. In just a few minutes, we are definitely going to take our first break. So yeah, that's pretty basically the situation. What are your symptoms, Erin, for our listeners when it comes to fibromyalgia? What does that do to you when that hits?
Okay, so fibro is actually hold on, I just actually had the clarification on it. So it's fibro is listed as a disease